Tigers head to New England this week. The Tiger Lacrosse Report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
White Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and it's locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl, chocolate-covered pretzel. How can you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, fans, to another edition of the Tiger Lacrosse Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Shawn Nadelen. And, Coach, this Saturday the Tigers will head to the University of Massachusetts to take on the Minutemen, one of the hottest teams in the country. They've won 6 straight games. They're the only undefeated team in the CAA. So for you guys, you can make a real statement if you can go up there and get a victory this week.
Absolutely, and it's a tough place to earn a win. You know, they're playing extremely well, so regardless if you play them home or away, you knew you'd be in for a challenge. But when they play at home, I believe this is their first home CAA game. You know, they're going to obviously step onto the field ready to play as they always do. It's always a battle. We love going up there. You know, I love playing UMass. You know, I have a lot of respect for Coach Cannella and the way he runs his program. And it's a lot of fun, you know, for a lacrosse game. You know, as competitive as everybody is and as challenging as it all is, it's also a lot of fun.
They're also a team that has won their last couple of games by a goal. They beat Drexel by 1. They beat Delaware by 1. This past week, Noah Rack, their face-off man, was named the CAA Player of the Week. He was 14 of 17 and had 3 goals. But then you look at them, and they are an explosive offensive team.
They are, and not just 6-on-6. Their offense starts at the face-off with Noah. He had a couple of goals against Delaware. And they push transition in every facet of the game. From the face-off and wing play, they do some nifty things. It looks like some kind of set things there. And then also from the defensive end, they're willing to take risks when the ball's on the ground and kind of send a guy upfield without really having possession yet to be able to get it, goose it up to him, throw it up to him so that they can try to generate transition. They have 3 to 4 very talented attackmen who do a great job of understanding the break, a great job looking for each other and finishing the ball. So, you know, they're very dangerous 6-on-6, but you know, they challenge you in the transition game as well.
Yeah, and you look at their offensive numbers, and Buddy Carr, I mean, he's averaging almost 4 points a game, 25 goals and 18 assists. So he's a guy that not only can he score it, but he's looking for his teammates.
Yeah, and they do a great job of sharing the ball. You know, they're very unselfish, very dynamic in that regard. And, you know, when he has it, and he's a very dangerous shooter, so he draws a lot of attention. You know, sometimes those guys get bogged down with the ball staying in their stick. That's not him. You know, he's looking across the field. He's looking at trailer. You know, middies coming down the field. He does a great job of drawing attention, keeping his head up and moving it.
So what do you need to do to stop that transition that they want to play?
Well, we got to understand if we do have turnovers in the offensive end, that we got to get back into the hole. We got to defend them 6-on-6 with potentially middies stuck on the field, and understand that they got to dig in and play some defense. Off the face-off, we have to be very conscious of where guys are off the wings. Their face-off guy is very dangerous, so we have to do a great job at the X to earn the ball. If Noah Rack or Meyer, the other face-off guy, gets it, we can't let him come down clean. You know, we got to be able to get in front of him. We got to be able to make him move the ball and stop the ball, stop that forward momentum.
Which really you guys have done pretty well, except for Trevor Baptiste, but he's kind of like in a league of his own. So
He is. Yeah, he's really good.
When you look at your team coming into this game, you mentioned the turnovers, and all year long that's been a big bugaboo. But last week against Drexel, you guys were very good with the lacrosse ball.
We were, you know, and I think the good of that came with scoring goals. You know, in our offensive opportunities, we put the ball in the cage and didn't get bogged down too much with having to really, you know, we grinded out possessions, but we were also able to get some shots off earlier in possessions than we normally do. So again, it kind of played to, you know, the way we were playing, and the ability for us to score goals, you know, led to obviously less turnovers, we felt.
You look at the CAA, and we're 2 weeks in. There's 3 weeks to go, and you've got one team that's undefeated at UMass, one team that hasn't won a game, Drexel, and then 4 teams in the middle, all at 1-1. This is shaping up to be quite a race, and really, even Drexel at 0-2, they're not completely out of it.
No, and that's typically the CAA, you know, with only 6 teams in it. That's how it goes. Yeah, everybody, I think, is thinking the same thing. You know, it's just like, hey, everybody's still in the fight. You know, each game becomes that much more important. You know, each game is crucial, you know, regardless of, you know, if you're playing Drexel right now who's 0-2, you know that they have to get a win to stay in the fight, you know, and then whoever, you know, is playing them wants to get a win to move to 2-1 and kind of go forward there. So every game's huge.
All right, so the Tigers will take on UMass this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Hunter Lochte and I will have the call for you starting at 12:45 on TowsonTigers.com. So for head coach Shawn Nadelen, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for watching another edition of the Tiger Lacrosse Report, and as always, go Tigers.